Good morning, Lighthouse. It's wonderful to be able to come and share with you again. Hope you're doing really well and you're having a good week so far. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit from Acts chapter 2, verses 1 to 5. But before I do that, I just want to give you a little bit of context as to what's happened just before. So in Acts 1, Jesus is eating with his disciples and he gives them clear instructions to not leave Jerusalem until the gift that his Father has promised to them arrives. And he goes on to say, in a few days you will be baptized in the Holy Spirit. And then Jesus ascends into heaven and leaves his disciples on the earth. So here we pick up from Acts chapter 2, verse 1 to 5. On the day of Pentecost, all the believers were meeting together in one place. Suddenly there was a sound from heaven like the roaring of a mighty windstorm, and it filled the house where they were sitting. Then what looked like flames or tongues of fire appeared and settled on each of them. And everyone present was filled with the Holy Spirit and began speaking in other languages, as the Holy Spirit gave them this ability. At that time, there were devout Jews from every nation living in Jerusalem. So from that, I want to look at a direct correlation between verses 4 and verses 5. So I just want to read that again very quickly. So it says, and everyone present was filled with the Holy Spirit and began speaking in other languages, as the Holy Spirit gave them this ability. At that time, there were devout Jews from every nation living in Jerusalem. So there's this direct correlation between verses 4 and verse 5. And the first thing we need to pick up on is that everyone that was gathered in the house, they would have all been from a similar geographical location. So the disciples and those others that were gathered, they would have all been speaking Hebrew. So Hebrew would have been their mother tongue. But it says in verse 4 that the Holy Spirit gives them the ability to speak in other languages. And this is the first thing I want to pick up on, is that the Holy Spirit will meet people where they are at, and he will meet people in a way that they will understand. So I'm not saying that every time the Holy Spirit speaks it's going to be completely clear and he will understand everything that is said to you. Sometimes clarification is needed and there's discernment in that. But when the Spirit speaks here, it's clear that he speaks to people where they're at and in a way that they understand. So that's the first thing to bear in mind. So the Holy Spirit in this sense is relational, like the Father and like the Son. He's relational. He wants to meet in a way where we're going to understand him. He wants to meet us in a way where we're comfortable. And he wants to meet us in a way that, we're going to respond to what he's saying. And it's interesting here that this is the first time that the Holy Spirit is active and the first time the Holy Spirit speaks. And it's interesting to note that when he's speaking through other people. He's speaking through humans. So the Holy Spirit could have chosen to do this himself, but he decides the very first time that he's going to go on this journey and he's going to include human beings in this event where he's talking to other people. And the second thing I want to bring out of this is that the Holy Spirit is the one that gives the disciples and those meeting there the ability to speak in the other languages. So if you can imagine you're working with your favourite co-worker and you get set some tasks that you have to do. The Holy Spirit, who's your favourite co-worker, is the one that's giving you all the resources you need. He's giving you the time that you need to do it in, and he's the one that's cheering you on and encouraging you along the way. So if you think of the Holy Spirit like that, he's co-working with us, where we're co-working with him really. He's the one that's setting the tasks and leading us in a direction where we get to go on that with him. And that's really exciting. That's really, really exciting. And you might say, yeah, if he's your favourite co-worker, oh, I couldn't do this task, I wouldn't be able to do that, I'm not sure if that's who I am, I'm not sure I'd be able to do that. But you don't have that excuse, because the Holy Spirit is the one giving us the ability to do things. So you're right in saying, yes, I wouldn't be able to do that by myself. But actually, the Holy Spirit says, that's okay, I've got enough for both of us. So if you're struggling with a situation and you don't have the faith, or you don't have enough hope that you will make it through, the Holy Spirit's there next to you saying, it's okay, I have enough faith, I have enough hope for both of us to get through this. He's working alongside us, he's journeying with us, which is such a comfort. So just think of the Holy Spirit as your favourite co-worker. He wants to be working with you, he wants to be doing things with you, and it's just about us being in a place where we're free to receive. You know, the Holy Spirit meets us in a place where we're at, and he meets us in a way that we'll understand, and he's the one that gives us the ability to go out and do things. So it's been great to share with you, Lighthouse. I hope you're doing really well. I hope this encourages you, and have a great rest of the week, and look out for the next video tomorrow. See you soon.